And how did you break into your solo thing? Now, I'm guessing, I don't know, I think your first thing was the record on Polydor, Love Is Not the Question.
Oh, my God.
72. I just got it the other day.
You did?
Yes, I did. I was very happy to find it.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I totally forgot about it.
Oh, really?
Did I record that? Well, you know, actually, good Lord. That is amazing. You found that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I settled in Chicago. You know, the band was moving around, and we went through a lot of changes. You know, went from a trio to 5 pieces, from 5 pieces to 10 pieces.
Oh, wow.
You know, and then we had
with
four.
With the band, the rhythm
Yes,
section.
the band.
Okay.
We had horns and background vocalists and just all this stuff going on. It was just, you know, quite a transition. And then we ended up coming to the Chicago area.
Uh-huh.
And we worked in Chicago for a while, and then, of course, you know, we came here thinking, oh, we're going to be filthy rich. We're going to make all this money. And the clubs were like, we can't afford to pay 10 pieces. What are you, nuts? So eventually, you know, we cut back down again to 5 pieces, you know, rhythm section and myself.
Okay.
And, of course, I was somewhere in there. I got married. And that didn't work out real well.
Yeah, balancing the two.
Yeah, well, the thing was, we worked together. I mean, he was actually...
Oh, he was in the band.
He was in the band,
okay.
And it just wasn't working. And after 10 years of being together, we divorced.
Oh.
And that's where Runaway Love came from.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
because I was in the studio at the time. And what happened was we separated, and I was working at the Playboy Club in Chicago.
Okay.
And that's when they were still the in thing, you know.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, you know, I can't just do nightclub circuit for the rest of my life. I want to go in and try to record something. And the record company that I knew of was Curtom Records here in Chicago, which was Curtis Mayfield's label.
Yeah.
So I just marched myself in there one day like I knew somebody, and I walked up to...
across the land.
Yeah, just kind of walked into the offices and introduced myself, and I said, you know what, I'm singing at the Playboy Club, and it would really be great if you guys would come and see me. And the next night they showed up.
Wow.
And Curtis Mayfield with his manager and a bunch of other people from the label, they came in and they liked me, and I guess within 2 weeks I had a contract.
So how did the Polydor, that was in between those?
It was in between, but quite honestly, I don't remember.
That came about, yeah, because I know that the I think the first Curtom one, I think, was in 74.
Well, what happened was, you know, working with Curtom, it was an independent label, and they would make deals with other majors.
Uh-huh.
You know, so Polydor was one of those.
Okay, so it was actually through Curtom, maybe.
Right, exactly.
Okay, but let me see, because there was also Paramount, right? And that was
also through them.
Okay, because that was where A Long, Long Winter on it.
Yes, right.
And the After Loving You, Check Out Your Heart, I think those two were on there also. And I guess Jim McGraw was also affiliated?
Also affiliated. That was part of their little group, their little family.
Yeah. So Curtis was actually, he had started the label himself, right?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, around what time was it that you got into Chicago? Because actually I just spoke a couple weeks ago. I got the feeling she maybe knew you from Chicago, Geraldine Hunt, because she was on the Chicago scene like in the 60s and did a lot of recordings with the labels there.
Oh, see, I wasn't in Chicago then.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it was 70s when I got here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's see. So you went right into the company, and they came to the show.
Right, and we did the first album was called Linda.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the only album I don't have is the Capitol one, which I'm still trying to get.
Really?
I have the other 8, I think it is. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing that that's one of the ones I don't think I have either.
Really?
Yeah, and it's so hard to track these things down.
Yeah.
But I found a website the other night that I'm like, oh my God, people are writing letters to me and that kind of thing. It's Google.com.
Oh, the search engine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use it all the time to
find
rare music and stuff on different
Have you
sites.
typed my name in there?
You know, I'm trying to remember if I did. Because you know how I got the Polydor single was actually on eBay?
Oh, really?
Somebody had it on there.
Well, I know somebody had something posted on this Google thing that they had, either they just purchased one of the older albums or they were looking to buy it.
Yeah.
So I guess people leave little notes to each other on
yeah,
there.
on the message boards.
Right,
and stuff,
which is really cool. I actually answered everybody the other day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I just kind of wrote them a little note to let them know that I loved the fact that they were writing and that I would keep them posted.
That's
so.
a good feeling.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, since you mentioned the Linda album, I wanted to ask you, because you did a lot of covers on there, like Still in Love with You, If It's Magic,
Right.
Tonight. Were these personal favorites of yours? Was that an idea of the company's, or how did that all come
Well,
about?
I'll tell you, actually what happened was we wanted to do an album. We kind of put our minds to it, and we set a date for trying to get this project finished and that kind of thing. And at the time, we were trying to collect songs and see what we liked, and the songs that I did are songs that, yes, they were favorites of mine. There were some that were recommended by the company, but we simply didn't have enough tunes to put together a whole album.
Yeah.
So, we said, okay, well, we'll just do this as a little introduction and see what happens.
Yeah.
And the album went out, and it made a little noise, and they thought, well, gee, maybe we should do something else.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Well, From Now On is one of my favorites, definitely.
Is it?
Yeah,
I love that song.
Yeah.
It's a great tune.
It's got a really mellow vibe. It's really, it's danceable but peaceful at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and we did that, and then we started trying to put things together for the next album. And it was funny because one of the secretaries at the company made a suggestion. She says, "Have you ever heard this song, If My Friends Could See Me Now?"
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah, and I'm like, "You mean From Sweet Charity?"
Yeah.
And she says, "Yeah." She said, "You should do a disco version." And I'm like, "That's sacrilege. I will not." And the reason for that is before I left New York, I was actually in the film with Shirley MacLaine.
Oh, really?
When they did the movie, at that time I was working as an extra, and I worked on the film for like 2 weeks.
So at this point you were back and forth between New York and Chicago.
Right.
Okay.
Right. My family was there, so I was going to New York quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I won't do it. And then they did the track anyway, and they said, "Well, just listen to it."
So did she know, the secretary, she knew that you were in the movies that would maybe prompt her?
No, she had no
idea.
idea. She just thought it was a great tune.
Wow, that's so funny.
Yeah. And so when I heard the track, I thought, "Oh my God, I have to do this."
Wow. Do you remember her name, the secretary? I always like to put as many names as I can.
Oh my
if you even
gosh.
remember.
I believe her name was Clarice.
Okay. All right.
But I can't remember her last name.
Okay, that's cool. It's funny because actually, I collect a lot of. I try to get rare videos on the artists I like too, and actually, I managed to. Actually, my boyfriend had found a performance of you doing "If My Friends Could See Me Now" on RSO's Grease Day Parade.
Oh my God! You're kidding!
So it was really a trip to watch. Do you remember doing that?
I remember doing it. Yes. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Wow.
You remember the show Video Soul, right?
Yeah.
Donnie Simpson was a great show. They did a 70s flashback program one day, and they showed a little clip of the Runaway Love video on.
Oh, in the fountain?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh.
They showed like 20 seconds of it. I was like, oh, it looks so cool. I wish I could see it because it's really hard to find that. So,
oh, sure, yeah. Wow.
I don't even know if you have that kind of thing.
You know what? I don't have that video, and I was at a bar here in Chicago recently, and the song, they started playing the song, and it was a video bar. And I'm talking to somebody, and they tap me on the shoulder, and they go, "Turn around and look." And I look, and there I am sitting in this fountain, and here's all these people in New York, like, with this puzzled looks on their faces, like, what the heck is she doing in the fountain?
I guess they really like the outdoor concert with you, because then there's also the Bridge Over Troubled Water video on Brooklyn Bridge.
See, I've never even seen that.
Oh, you're serious?
How about that?
I have that.
You do?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Wow, I have to tape some of this for you, because it was just funny, because I guess, I don't know if you even remember, I guess you did it like on an early Sunday morning or something, but it's funny because at one point you do see someone walking by, looking like, what's going on here?
You're kidding!
This lady dressed up in all this,
Oh my God.